You know, a lot has been said about LeBron James' triple-double achieved during this NBA Finals and how it just cements him as an all-time great, something that no one has apparently done before. Although I'm pretty sure Will Chamberlain has averaged triple-doubles in finals and multiple playoff series. But much has been made of James this year. Even though they lost, James averaged, 33.6 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists per game to average a triple-double in the finals. And it's funny how in defeat, James's supporters like to trump that to other people. But with Russell Westbrook, they talk about how it didn't mean anything because the Thunder weren't winning. The sheer hypocrisy of LeBron tards. But anyway, I hate to burst your bubble, LeBron tards, but you guys always talk about how in the 1960s, Wilt Chamberlain's numbers and Bill Russell's numbers and Oscar Robertson's numbers were inflated. Well, I hate to break it to you, but LeBron James' triple-double is a bit overrated because, indeed, his numbers are overrated and inflated due to pace. During the NBA Finals, defense was an afterthought in many of the plays, and they played at a fast up and down pace, almost like an all-star game pace, and a lot of people's numbers were inflated during this series. All right? Not only just James, but Irving's, Curry's, Durant's, their numbers are somewhat inflated. And I can prove it. Despite the fact that Cleveland lost convincingly in this final series, they averaged nearly 115 points per game, which is more than the 95 Magic averaged in the 90s when offenses were still very potent in the NBA. This was the type of numbers, 115 points a game, that you were accustomed to seeing in the 1960s. 115, 117, 118 points a game. This is the type of offenses that you saw in the 60s. This is the type of offenses that you saw in some cases in the 1980s. 115 points a game. Do you know how much the Chicago Bulls averaged in the 98 finals? A series that they won? 88 points per game. And that slowed down, half-court set, defensive-minded era, 88 points a game. 88 points a game at a much slower pace. And when you take LeBron James's numbers in this final and you translate them to the 98 finals, you get 25.8 points, 9.2 rebounds, 7.7 assists, 1.1 steals, 0.8 blocks. Still great numbers, but more along the lines of a Grant Hill. And as a matter of fact, his numbers probably be a little bit lower scoring-wise because of the defensive rules. He would have shot a lower percentage. He wouldn't have shot 56% in 98, believe me. He wouldn't have shot 56%. He probably would have shot less than 50%. And probably more like 23, 24 points a game. Like I said, he's a bigger, more athletic version of Grant Hill. Michael Jordan, on the other hand, in 98 finals, averaged 33.5 points, 4 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.8 steals, 0.7 blocks. Now, keep in mind, this is a 35-year-old version of Jordan. You put him in today's game, at the pace that they played, 43.7 points, 5.2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2.3 steals, nearly 1 block a game. Now, the fatigue factor. Some people say, well, Jordan would have got more fatigued going up and down the court. Not really. because Jordan fatigued himself. The neutralizer is the fact that Jordan fatigued himself in those finals and in the playoffs playing defense. You didn't take breaks off of defense you didn't take breaks defensively like James does in the playoffs. And we saw it constantly in the finals. Him missing defensive assignments, poor defensive play, not even attempting great defense at all at times to save himself for offense. So that would neutralize that. So Jordan would average about 43, 44 points a game in today's numbers, in today's league. If you put prime Jordan out there, and I put the 91 finals, I put his numbers out there, and you translate today's game, 35.4 points, 7.4 rebounds, 13 assists per game, an incredible 3.2 steals per game, and 1.6 blocks per game. Now, is there anything else I could do to prove to you that while James is a great player, his numbers this year in this finals are inflated? You like to talk about how Wilt and Russell and all these guys are inflated. Well, I hate to break it to you, but LeBron James' numbers are inflated in this finals. Jordan is better.